I know I've said this a lot, but I love boomsticks. I just wish they were at anywhere that there's more than 10 people, they should have boomsticks.
Yeah, people shouldn't say, excuse me. They should just pull out thunder sticks, blow them up, and just pound them to get attention. Or perhaps at a restaurant, if you need the waiter, just
yeah, they would love that.
I'm so
they would
thirsty.
love that.
Oh, yes. Oh, looks like the game has, in fact, been loaded up. This map, very intense, allows for a lot of macro games, especially given that 4 bases are relatively easy to take in all matchups. Spawning in the top left-hand corner, one of the regulars for Team Microsoft in the red trunks. It is Light Brigade.
And down in the bottom right side, if you are a fan of watching lots of StarCraft, you'll want to be cheering for him just to help tie this series up a little bit. It is currently in the blue trunks, as TB loves to say. Give it up for Pure Game.
This is my version of clapping Mike. I make boxes really swiftly.
That is true. I like that. That's a good way of putting it.
It's a fast scout from Pure Game. What do you make of this?
Well, I was going to say maybe a proxy, but nope, the pylon's already inside the main base, and you can see that Light Brigade is deciding not to go for that. So I will say that scouting after pylon is Protoss. It just makes you feel good, because as long as you can scout when those gases are going down and scout that they're not proxying you, you're going to be feeling pretty good.
You know, there are some pretty kooky things that you can do at this point in time, such as steal both gas geysers if you are swift enough. If your opponent just builds the gateway, you know that they don't have enough resources to throw down that geyser, so you can kind of snatch them off on that very easily. So, looks like back in Pure Game's base, he is going for the sort of standard build here. Now, I mean, a question in my eyes is, how are you dealing with this situation as Pure Game? Because he's only played 1 game in AHGL, which was a loss, and now he's playing at Red Bull headquarters in the Red Bull official pro gaming 1v1 booth in front of both his peers and the peers of his enemy.
That is true. Not a lot of practice here for sure as far as playing in a live event, but surely he has played on the ladder quite a bit, and that patrolling probe is still inside the main base. Now remember, in PvP, this is the matchup where you can scout the longest, because even if a Zealot comes out, the probe easily outruns it. You have to wait for the Stalker, so being able to scout for an extended period of time is great. And at being Protoss, you're used to knowing exactly when the Stalker is going to pop out, so you can scout until the very, very last second here. But what do you make of how these builds are shaping up?
Well, I mean, right now the most conspicuous thing for Pure Game is the amount of energy on the Nexus. That's almost going to be 4 Chrono Boosts fully that can go down on that gateway. And of course, this Chrono Boost for Light Brigade is down on the Stalker. Try to get this scout out of the way right now. I mean, it's not as big a deal, the fact that there's 2 gates going down. This just basically means there's not going to be a Zealot out for Pure Game. But Pure Game absolutely has the capacity to do some additional crazy aggression with all that extra save Chrono Boost.
And the probe actually deciding not to get away. There's going to be the Twilight Council. Now, Sean, based on the timing of everything you've seen, is this going to be DTs, or is it leaning more towards Blink or Charge Lots?
It's going to, I mean, I would highly doubt Charge Lots at this point in time. This map does not have a lot of good angles for Charge Lots. Has a lot of good angles for Blink play. So I actually think Pure Game is possibly going to be up against a blinking player. And of course, there's really only 1 Stalker here for Light Brigade. So Light Brigade has to be careful. I think that Blink plays are some of the strongest, but of course, Dark Shrines are very, very common. It looks like he's already sent, oh, it's going to be a Dark Shrine, no doubt. That probe very conspicuously planted, and there it is. Ooh, now, this is going to be pretty dicey to hold off for Pure Game unless he gets a Robo right now. And will he do that? Will he expand? Will he go Forge? Oh, he's going to do the aggressive variant. He's going to be going for a 3-gate pressure.
Yeah, I kind of like this right now. I mean, looking at the production, you can see the 3rd gate is on the way, and this is what we were talking about before, is there's a lot of builds that Protoss can use. Mike can just Stalker out of position here. He will be able to get that. That is absolutely huge. That Stalker is shoot it. Oh, gets the last shot there, going to clean that out. But you got to remember that Sentry is here to throw down the force field, and I think this might actually be enough time to get a DT out, and he put 1 or 2 DTs on the ramp, and then all of a sudden those units can't actually move there. He needs a force field, though. Does he throw it down? He does throw it down. He will be able to kill off 1 here, even if he loses the Sentry. That's not as big of a deal. Not enough energy there. He does warp in 2 more sentries, but are his warp gates going to be off cooldown for the DTs?
Oh, this is going to be really dangerous. I mean, he's going to probably have to do a warp in back at home, but he has 3 sentries out right now. He only has enough for 1 Dark Templar. And Pure Game has just got to get up detection right away.
He's going to go for it. Where's the force field? Force field. He does manage to get it there, but 3 are already up the ramp. That means that the DT tech is going to be scouted here, and really he was relying on the force field.
He's going to have to warp it in for defense. Is he going to do it? No. There's one DT. Does he see it? Does he see it? He sees the Dark Shrine, and there's the Robo going down right away. That's going to be easily picked off. He's going to have to send out another.
He's going to try and trap these here with the probes so the DT can go to work. There is a DT under that mothership core. Not quite sure if you can see it from that angle, but it does look like the DT here going to go to town on these workers. But guess what? A DT inside the main base Robo is going to be on the way. That's only powered by 1 pylon, though, so that can be easily taken out. And this is where PvP starts to get really, really awkward. Neither player has very many units. Neither player has any units that can basically kill each other at this point, because the Stalkers can outrun the DTs, and the DTs are not detectable right now.
It's just a single DT. It's just one. He distracted the probe.
I don't know if he can actually get this robotics right now. If that DT moves, you can see that the probes here are trying to distract him. I don't think he's going to kill this in time. It's got to be so close, though. I don't know the math on if this actually adds up or not. It's got to be so close here. Day9, can he get it? Just a couple hits away. Is he going to get one more hit? And he doesn't get it. So very close. Another robotics on the way. But I got to say, this DT is... Does he have any friends?
He needs to hide this Robo. He needs to cancel it right away. Cancel this Robo.
Cancel it.
Cancel it. No. Oh, he doesn't get
the money. No return on broken toys there, Sean.
Oh, no. And where is this? Yes, that's exactly where he needs to throw it down. He just needs a little bit more gas. He's putting everything into his gas geysers. He just needs a little bit more. He's at 76. He's at 70. 74. 70. No, oh, my God. He has to mine that gas. Oh my God, are you serious? Okay, in the unit counting station, 6 Stalkers. Okay. There's return trip 1. Okay, he needs to change the rally down there. Okay, no, run. Oh my God, he's so close.
Nobody's going to lose the pylon here, Sean, on the robotics, and the DT has actually found it. Why would you proxy it right at the entrance? And unfortunately for him, no detection.
Oh my gosh, so Pure Game playing one of the closest games freaking ever. Now might just be forced to do Ring Around the Rosie style.
Yeah, he's got to run away from these DTs. He needs to kill off all the probes. The mothership core can just sit there. Unfortunately, the mothership core is killing this base with water balloons. It is literally shooting water balloons. It's not going to be doing enough damage here. And at this point, I mean, this is the definition of a base race. And I gotta say, I think the DTs are in the lead at this point. As far as how much they have to kill.
DTs can just kill off things so quickly.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Stalkers, I mean, right now, it looks like Pure Game has not given up yet. He's just going to kill off all the Stalkers, or all the pylons, to make sure that there's no more warp inning that can happen. But I mean, there's just so much HP in buildings here for Light Brigade.
I mean, how many shots from a mothership core does it take to get the center of a Nexus? It is a lot. I don't know if this Nexus is even going to die.
Thousands at this point in time.
All right, so it's looking like the 3 Stalkers may not be enough. The 1 DT just chasing him around. I mean, usually I don't use the structures tab in this way, but there's not a whole lot of buildings left for Pure Game.
And there's a good game. Wow. What a crazy game. Oh my gosh, Pure Game was inches away from being able to get that win. I mean, that was so close. Pure Game played a phenomenal answer. The 3-gate pressure breaking the ramp. It looked very grim when the DT warped in, but I mean literally a 29 of 30. That was a dramatic finish.
Yeah, and really a lot of it came down to not getting those force fields in time, because you got to remember that 3 sentries can start to roll those force fields. He may have needed a 4th one to have indefinite force fields, but he messed up the force fields. The 3 Stalkers got up the ramp, and what the job of those 3 Stalkers is at that point is to just kill the sentries to open. It's like, it kind of reminds me of like medieval times. You like send in a couple knights to kill the gate guards, raise the gates, and then the army marches in. That's the only analogy I have.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, there's the winner from the last game, managing to thwart Pure Game Light Brigade. Feeling great after that win. I mean, the adrenaline has to be plentiful in his body. He is abound with adrenaline at this point in time.
Yeah, seriously, you basically have heart attacks after games like that, as it's one of those games where when you're playing it, it's hard to tell until like the very last minute on who's actually going to win at that point, because he's like, well, I got the Stalkers, they're fast, but he's got the DTs. I would say that proxying the Robo right at the entrance, it probably should have just been a little bit to the left, so maybe it didn't get scouted by the returning DT. I don't know. It's a tough spot to be in.
It's a really difficult position because you don't really have any other pylons anywhere on the map.
Yeah.
And I mean, that Robo facility at home was just so close. I mean, if the DT had just killed 1 or 2 more probes, it would have popped out in time. So that does mean that Microsoft leads the series 3-0. Could be a 4-0 sweep in the grand finals. Before we step away to break, we have the results of the poll.
Oh no!
That you so kindly. It looks like in the next game, Mike. I'm not gonna lie. You and I are gonna be saying boondoggle, cockamamie, and gobbledygook.
Sean, can you describe to me what those mean? Because I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at sheets of paper, hoping there's a definition there.
There's not,
Mike.
not.
These sheets of paper will help you in no way, shape, or form.
All right.
A boondoggle is a terrible, awful mistake.
Okay.
Cockamamie is, I think
sounds like a bird.
Crazy.
It's not a bird.
I'm fairly certain it's not a bird, not
okay.
like a tern or something. And gobbledygook is, you know, the garble warble, right? Stay tuned.
Garble warble.
We'll be back in just a moment with game number 4.